Where did it go? Hey, 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 welcome to the show. Getting everything situated. I'm just so glad that you can make it. Do that. No? And flow. Run that thing twice. Hey, 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 welcome. Make sure there's no doubles. All right. Welcome to the Tai POdcast. It's Tai here. Hopefully y'all having a wonderful morning, either night, midnight special, whatever time is coming at y'all. Enjoy this special and take part in this atmosphere, and we can start the conversation. Just Tai Now, a place where we combine our mind with our heart, see what our gut, mind, and saying, connect all those three circles, and let whatever come out, come on out. I'ma roll up while this song is playing. It's called Pocket Full of Shrooms from The Sink Is Real. Then we're gonna go into the conversations, open up the Discord.
But I was floating up out of space. The sound I can taste is very potent. The shoelace I entered, I feel my center. In the middle of flames, I turn to a dragon. I can now see it, I can now see it. All the truth they said wasn't true. All the things that I'm never gonna do. And the things that I did since I was a kid, I can get rid, I'm the remix. I can tell I'd rather you see shit while traveling out on my sea shit. Infinity, all of these chakras up in me are aligned. How can I be blind? Create out through time. I'm only in line with all of these signs. Not worried about why it is what it is. Go get I deserve. I created this, so what's the curve? Whatever you say, man, it's the word. So I can never be the man that you heard. I just tie even when it sounds absurd. Finding God when I look up at myself, and touch my ghost when my presence is felt. Square in a circle is where I found help to drown out my own sight. Going deeper into the night. Without a fright, without a single light. Pocket full of shrooms, my whole body is a tomb. But I'm feeling so alive. Oh, pocket full of shrooms, my whole body is a tomb. But I'm feeling so alive.
Hey, and that was a pocket full of shrooms. Hey, Memphis Freestyle, thanks for tapping in. Thanks for tapping in. How's the day going for you? That was off The Sink Is Real, 2001, but it's just begun. Go stream it. It's on all the streaming platforms. Just type in Tai or The Sink Is Real. It should pop up. Yeah, but now let's start the podcast. Let's start. Once again, let's cue the intro again. Hey, I titled this The Maze. The Maze, The Maze, The Maze. Shout outs to Master Creator for coming out with the idea that's going to come out through Tomation, like coming out with this Maze VR game with monsters popping out, people controlling them and everything. But what is this maze? So I was on True Life channel last night. They know I was in there, but my Discord wasn't opening up. And he was tying things together, and he was talking about religion and stuff, things we touched on his channel plenty of times, a plethora of times. Like we can go here with it, we can go there with it, we can go up there with no fair, no fair, because it's all fair game. It's all fair game. All these ideas, all these conclusions and revelations, and this is the way. This is the like I would say, this is the way of the day in the way that you say. But it changes up. But salute the True Life Stories. I was talking earlier that I love following and being a part of the story and just being a real fucking human being. Real fucking human being on display. Because those are real concepts that it just never really going to go away. And that's the concept of, hey, Big Chill, hey. And those are concepts of what you choose to, where did you get your belief system from? Where did you get your belief system from? And that's what I mean about the maze. Sometimes we don't even know we in the maze. And the maze, I mean the configuration, the path that our thoughts go through. The paths that they have to go through, and sometimes it seems like it get blocked. And be like, oh, guess I can't go that way, so I gotta think like this, so I can go around the corner and then go that way. They say I'm not human. I am not a human being. Shouts to the Wayne songs. But yeah, coming up with thoughts just to switch up your reality, switch up where you find yourself in that maze, where you find yourself. And for the most part, like you said, when you feel like you're not a human being, you don't feel like you're in that maze. You can observe that maze from like a fifth dimension position, or just a bird's eye view, just a little bit, little angle go up and then like angle it out a little like this. Instead of just being right there on the floor. And like, oh, that's where I am. Oh, I can see some other thoughts going on, some other trains I can hop on. I don't just gotta give all my money to Amtrak to get to where I gotta go. It's these little other companies. Or I could start my own company. Or who said I needed a train? I could walk. Ride a bike, hitchhike. Yeah, it's funny. Oh, let me make the chat box come up a little more. There it is. Now I can actually see what you're writing, Big Chill. Okay. I got the Discord open too, but yeah, it was made up of blocks of, hey, you will. The brain is the maze. Yeah, the brain is the maze. That's where it seemed like the brain is the antenna getting you into all of these thoughts. Well, the being into these thoughts in the first place. In order to you gotta tap into something, or like the human here has to tap into something seemingly outside of itself, even though it's all like together. But yeah, the brain being the maze that's why we are in amazement of our brain. Like I said, the human. Well, some people at some levels, like scientists say, hey, we're here, and then conscious is here, and then we look outwards, like we look at the brain and stuff like that, instead of like everything working together. Who's the like observer in the first place of experiencing the sensations? But yeah, trying to study the brain. We're so much in amazement of the brain. Trying to figure out what it's about. In the long term, trying to figure out who we are. But just like everything else, just like religion and every thought that I keep coming back to, is just another play in the game. Like another role you just pick up. I was watching Naruto last night. and Madara is one of the main villains in there, and he was in there for like the whole. Naruto played off for like 10 years. So like for 5 years he was in the background plotting stuff. They never really showed his face and everything. And then towards the end of Shippuden, they started showing his face. And he was like, yay, my whole plan all this time was to get rid of all of this chaos that was made by humans joining cliques and making ninja villages and dividing against each other. And like kind of how we have now with cities and towns and a town next to a town. He wanted to merge everybody into one chakra, because that's what they go by in that show. Merge everybody into one chakra, so in a sense they lost their sense of individuality but became part of the one. But then it found out in the end that he was a part of somebody else's maze. He was like, yo, I created you, how was you controlling me the whole time? But the whole time that thing he created had some kind of spirit that was like thousands of years older than him and was using him the whole time. So he going on thinking he doing good, so-called good, and he just running somebody else's train towards destruction. This is a wild story.
That's wild, man. The subplots. That's what our children are watching. These cartoons, it's not just, people think, oh, it's just violence and it's just this because it's very visual. But there's a lot of great dialogue. There's some teaching of quantum physics and dimension. Like, I see the violence too, the samurai, all these, martial arts things to the extreme. The visuals are wild, but if you get beyond that, you can see like the stories and the things are like, wow, we're talking universal level education and being observed by like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old.
Hey, you know what they said, Big Chill? They said if you can't tell it to a child, it's not real. Like if a kid can't understand it.
Yeah, but even like character build, arc of people, like you said, the man was in the background for 4 or 5 years, but he was contemplating things, and this opens up kids' consciousness by just the dialogue alone, the storyline, the subject. They haven't learned about subject, predicate, adjectives yet, man, but they're already learning like levels of like time travel, dimensional travel, and like ways of problem solving that are like on a quantum level. Like things like, Johnny got a piece of candy and he gave 2 candies. That's the shit we're listening to. But these guys are talking about multi-dimensional characters having relationships, but that go beyond even time and space itself. Things that we couldn't even comprehend as a kid. We're learning green, yellow, and blue. These kids are learning about multi-dimensional beings from other dimensions, learning to communicate and coexist with each other. Like not just people from other countries and different colors. We're talking people of different biological fucking
systems.
Compounds. It's crazy. But kids are comprehending this. Like my little nephew's like 5 years old. And I tell him, well, what's this about Rick and Morty? I hear him talk. And he's like, you never seen it, Uncle? I said, never, ever. Seen some clips on YouTube. And then he starts telling me about it. And it sounded like fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson talking to me. This kid was telling me everything about gravity, quantum physics, different realms where you can... I'm like, this is what Rick and Morty taught you? And Gravity Falls? And all, I'm like, man, I got to watch these cartoons. I'm way behind, man. Because you know what I mean?
It's well worth it. I watched Gravity Falls through first of last episode, and Rick and Morty marathon that so many times. It's learning lessons and coding and all of this. Because you got to think, Big Chill,
scientists are involved.
Yeah, I was about to say, you got to think of the animators too. Like whatever the animators are doing in their regular old life, they even cause them to want to put out art into the world in the first place. You gotta be in tune with something else but with yourself, in order to like bring about something on that big of a stage or like to that high of detail and degree. Like it didn't come from nothing.
The storyline is next level. It's not like Bart Simpson's and South Park style. This is pure advanced adult.
Oh, South Park would throw some shit in there too.
South Park is deep, but it's simple subliminal. I can't say South Park's solid.
Yeah, Imagination Land, when they went inside Imagination.
South Park goes different. I don't really watch South Park either, but I've seen some episodes,
No, that was something that was something that ties into this that would be good to bring up real quick was the Imagination Land. They had Santa Claus, Jesus, the Cheetos guy, any character you seen on like cartoons and all the religions, they was all up there, and they all had
they got the rights for that, eh? That must have been a nice episode.
The military was trying to kill off the imagination, and they had to keep it alive.
And if you
hey, Alley Cat.
That's wild. What's up, Alley Cat?
Chilling. The Imagination Land, that shit was hilarious, and it's funny that they had religion up there. I thought that was priceless.
Yeah.
I
Jesus
see
had
one
to do what he had to do to survive.
They had like Jesus against Santa Claus, or it might against the devil. I don't even know, man.
Yeah,
My nephew showed me
that
that
happened both times.
Yeah, it was like, what? But Jesus won. I think Jesus won, but he cheated against the devil, or he tricked. I don't even remember. But Jesus wasn't Jesus. He was like, he did some trickery. You know what I'm saying? He was like a trickery kind of Jesus. I was like, oh wow.
I gotta see that one. I gotta get reminded of that. But concepts in the what was it? Well, I was gonna say the concepts in South Park was real deep. Like they had the devil in there a bunch of times, and I remember he was explaining to Stan how hormones work because he was thinking there's all these other things, just your hormones, chemical reaction going on, and blah blah blah. That's why you feeling like this and that. Just give me realistic.
You guys watch South Park. I can see you watch enough episodes. I don't watch South Park. I don't really know the vibes. But what's the fucking shit about Canadians? Why do they hate Canadians so much? Why do they make this and why are the Canadians French? Only like 10% of Canadians speak French, and they're all like, bonjour, po, 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 and they're assholes, man. We're not really like that. It's like a low-grade South Park animation. It's like they put us as paper puppets. There must be a Canadian out there. It's got to be an inside joke. I don't think they really hate Canadians.
No, they don't really hate. If anything, they be saying how peaceful and stuff they are.
Yeah, but they
over the top peaceful.
Remember, I've seen one episode where I've seen a part of a YouTube clip or something where they're like, don't trust the Canadians. They're worried about Chinese and Russians, but the Canadians are right next door, and they think like the Canadians are going to take over America, man. And they were like, no, we don't just kill the Canadians. I'm like, what the heck? But Canada loves South Park for sure, man. All Canadians, man. I'm the only guy probably that you talk to that fucking never seen South Park. Like, people my age and younger got South Park hats, T-shirts. Like, yeah, man, South Park is huge in Canada. Even Rick and Morty too, man. I was just seeing today on the bus, like billboard. I'm like, I thought Rick and Morty was a little old. Aren't they their last season or something? Or are they still doing new seasons?
They still going.
Okay. Oh, it's been going on for like what, 6 years or something?
Yeah.
A little while, right? Yeah. So I guess it's still hot because, man, I'm seeing billboards all across the city. The new season of Rick and Morty, man. I'm like, all right, they got me. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna binge watch it one day. But it looks interesting, man. My cousin, my little, not my cousin, my little god cousin, like fucking, he's like 5 years old. What he was telling me, man, like the real stuff about Rick and Morty, how it's connected to Gravity Falls, and he even knows the writers when they worked for some other company and then they separated and one created Gravity Falls. The other guy who created Rick and Morty from Back to the Future, it was a gag that some other company wanted them to draw for a short cartoon, and then somebody was running some big company and said to the guy, hey, I remember that that Back to the Future thing, but you're going to have to change the name or something, da-da-da. And like my 5-year-old great-godchild is telling me this, all the history. So this is what I'm saying. It's not just about the show. These kids are learning all about it. You know what I mean? Like he knew at 7, he knew at 7 years old. The creators,
Rick and Morty is the Rick and Morty. I'm going with what you're saying. Rick and Morty is the new Bible. All these are just Bibles, ideas. But when I mean by Bible, it got so many chapters and books in there that you could just flip through or just press play.
He said you would like it. He told me that I would really like it because he hears me sometimes talk about, some alien. I got to let him hear him talk, but he hears things, man, and he knows. He's like, Uncle D, I think you would really like it. And aliens are in it too, he said. The aliens, he said he doesn't want to tell me too much because he wants me to watch it, but he gave me the synopsis of everything, even the history of the people who made it, the guys' names. He said Google them, and because even the artwork was sort of different. There's that other one too with the Blue Jay guy. What's that one called? You know the other
I know
one?
what you're talking about. Regular
Yeah,
show.
that one. He showed me that one too. He said, "Check this one out, man." I'm like, "Okay, all right." Or he's not 5. I keep saying 5. He's actually 7. 7. They
Yeah,
get
you gotta
mad if I
think
say
about
he's
where
5.
people build a lot of their personalities from. Like a lot
Yeah.
of people I know in Philly, they grew up watching a lot of shows that they saw, like on probably BET or something, just something real familiar, like local TV or even the news. Like how people report about what's going on about their day. You probably see them talk about like how a newscaster will. It's like, why are you talking like that? We all get our
Yeah.
things from some places at some points. So like with the, I'm just thinking of cartoons and how powerful they are with shaping, even for yourself, because in your own
Oh yeah.
reality, it would seem like it was made just for you, and you'll be so surprised when somebody else watch, like, oh, you know about this show too? Like, yeah.
But it teaches the kids about space travel, time travel, and even though
Hey, it
sometimes
teaches
they don't
anyone who's
explain.
open.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, even
But it's
back in the
better the
day.
kids because they absorb it. Sorry, Alley Cat. Go ahead, love.
Oh, I was gonna say back in the day, you had the same level of teaching. It was just different things. Like if you look at Tom and Jerry, they they were silent, but you learned so fucking much. Like you didn't even realize. Like when they were like when they were getting in trouble, like the beat, the music, everything changed. So like I think like for me at least, it's on a different level.
Mm-hmm.
To read the room differently. I don't know how to explain that.
No, you do, because you have to use other senses of communication, and it's actually played off very well because they was good at their job.
Yeah, and then like I don't know, I felt like I translated it to everyday life. I don't know. It was a different understanding.
No, all the Looney Tune characters, they all had their own set for a part of the day.
Yeah, the types, personalities. It was awesome.
Even the dog that was in Tom and Jerry that just wanted like peace and quiet and was like always had to keep Tom in check at times. He's like, just leave the mouse alone. And I'm thinking of Tweety Bird and Sylvester too. Sylvester and
Oh
Tweety.
yeah,
The
that was.
dog in there was like, yo, just leave this bird alone, bro.
I know they're always trying to like mess around. I guess it was teaching you about social stratification as well in some senses.
Let me take away
Yeah.
the screen. I like to look at myself while I'm streaming. There it goes.
Mirror on the wall.
Mario
I know. As that mirror start talking back, I gotta like switch it over a bit. Like, hold on, I gotta do the talking right now. I can't listen to you.
There's a song. Well, it's a rap song. My gun talks to me. Life talks to me.
Oh, can you say that again? My headphone was saying my battery was low.
Oh my bad. There's a rap song. I don't remember. It might be DMX. I'm not sure. But he goes, "My gun talks to me. My knife talks to me."
They say in a lot of songs. It's this one song called Gun Love by Little. See, from New York. It's a little known song, but they got this good sample by the Isley Brothers. And it's about him being in love with his gun. The whole song about him
No,
talking to it
I
and
know
being
that
in the
one. That one's
box.
awesome.
Yeah, the game's got a song like that too. Old English La La or something like that, and it's all about like, yeah, I think it was his first piece or something, man, on the piece maybe that meant a lot about to him. You know what I mean? That's a whole song about him and his gun. You might hear it and think it's about him and his girlfriend, but listen to it. Oh, okay. It's about it. Everybody knows what it's about, but if you hear it the first time, you might think, oh, talk about booze.
I might have to switch this up real quick.
to carry a gun. But in the state, no felons. But everybody has guns. They're in this hood, and it's not illegal guns or nothing. He talks to them about the illegal things that they're doing, like you haven't worked. One guy said I worked for 3 months at UPS 1850. It wasn't worth it. But like everybody had guns there. They were all legal guns. I'm talking like some MAC-10. The guy said to him, like, you have 2 of them in your pants. Aren't you afraid you might shoot off your ding-ding? Because the guy's like, no safety is on. So what happens? You go to grab it with the safety off and you pull the trigger. You shoot yourself in your bird. And the guy's like, no, that's never happened. That doesn't happen in the hood. That's never, ever happened. And I'm thinking, I know some guy in the hood that had it in his pants and took it out in my hood. And he shot himself in the leg. So, I mean, there has to be somebody that shot himself there, you know? But apparently Milwaukee is like carry, man, open carry. And it's like wild there, you know what I mean? Even this next Texas video, too, but he was shopping in the store. And it was like ladies, young kids. Everybody has like their sidearm to the side. I mean, that's safe. Maybe that's safe. I don't know, man. When I go to America and I see that, I sort of get scared. Even though it's legal, when I see too much guns, I start to shake. I'm like, and I don't have one, so I'm like,
I remember one of the first big guns I was shown. It was by one of my friends back in the day. One of his mom boyfriends or whatever. One of her mom boyfriends, whatever, was stashing something in the back. And it was like on the washer machine or something. It was huge too. I don't even remember what it was. And I was like, yo, what you doing, bro? Like, you need to chill. He's like, it's not loaded. It's not loaded. I was like, yo, I made him put that shit right back. But I was interested though. I was like, yo, this is like, it was cool. It was cool to look at. But it was that sense of, I still had that sense at a young age, like, what the fuck? You don't know what you're doing? But that's still growing up in the hood for you. Hey, you get introduced to all these crazy situations without really, like, it being about what you wanted to get into or not. It's just like, hey, this is what's going on. How are you going to react to it? You well said, people don't tell you, but most guns shot first is a misfire and many times cause damage. Yeah. And I was seeing Big Chill, they said the guns, I was watching Joe Rogan, and he had this guy that's real big on guns and the statistics of everything, and he was in the military. And he was saying that most gun violence is statistically by suicide. Most people off themselves when they get a gun. They're not going out shooting other people. And I think it was a really high percentage. I'm going to look it up.
That's crazy.
What percentage of gun violence is suicide? Yeah, 60%. The U.S. Justice Department reports that about 60% of all adult firearm deaths are by suicide. 61 more than deaths by homicide.
I thought I heard that the police had that.
Nah.
That's 30%. But I know that was a fake thing from CNN. Fox exposed that, said like 6% of deaths was from police, and then they proved it was like 18%.
Yeah, they just trying to cause more.
Self-inflicted. 60% of guns is self-inflicted. See, NRA used that. That's a number they can use. People are always trying, but they're never going to take away guns. Like, that's just a ploy to waste money on campaigns. America is a young country, not over 200 years old.
Not at all.
Guns is part of their culture. When you guys used to cross the line here in Western days, you can come here. You just had to leave your guns at the border. In Canada, they didn't have guns. Only had police.
It's like, you ain't gonna do what you did to the Native Americans. We saw what y'all did with y'all firearms.
You guys were able to, for us, we were able to carry guns too. Like when we used to go to your country, not now. Now it's a little, the laws are different, I believe. Unless you're a rich person Canadian, I can get a gun license in America. But back in the days, before 1940 in the 50s, as a Canadian, I can't carry a gun here. But I can go to America, to Texas, and I could have carried a gun in Texas, no problem. But now I think the laws have changed in America. But nobody's ever going to take your guns, no matter how many kid shootings, how many black, white, racist shootings. Yo, the government don't care about that, because you listen to me. There's money in bullets. There's more money in bullets than fucking oil. You think they're ever going to stop selling bullets? If they take your guns, who are they going to sell the bullets to? Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's not my argument. That's not my argument. I heard this debate from these gun guys talking, and that's what the guy was saying. Stood up and told both of them, why are you guys wasting our time? This is all a ploy to get more funds for each one of your organizations. As an American, there's no way in my right, and there's a constitution, they're never going to change it, that you can take my guns. So no matter what you guys are talking about, you know what I'm saying? Then he broke it down to the bullets. All the gunpowder is controlled by the government. Only the government distributes the gunpowder to all these independent fucking people, bro. You can make guns.
Yeah.
You can make bullets, but you got to buy the product from the government. And the guy even said the numbers are in the billions. It's nothing compared to oil. As long as people are buying guns, gunpowder can supply Americans. Because the AK-47 is American, don't forget. And that
I know, that's why it was big that the Iranians had it. Remember they kept saying Iranians got AK-47s? Like, we gave it to them.
Of the Glitchnikov. AK-47, the Glitchnikov was made in 44, I think.
Somebody else
and then they made their replica.
Hey, Ali Cat.
And the AK is better than the Russian. That's what I'm saying, you know. You guys can make some good weapons. That's all I'm saying.
What you got to say about the guns?
Got a big show?
And I didn't hear you. You cut off, honey. What was that, love?
I was saying, it's Kalashnikov. You have to respect the name. It's in my name. AK Alley Cat.
You say Kalashnikov, I say Klitschnikov. You say potato, I say potato. Hey, man, we could debate that for infinity. But I could just say, you know, I'm dyslexic. I'm wrong. Never argue with a woman, man. Women are always right. But yeah, I know. I butchered the fucking word. But yeah, that weapon kicks back. Like, that weapon works better underwater and in mud. Like, the Glitchnikov is amazing. But when it's perfect conditions, in the sunlight, no wind, no sand, no mud, no dirt, the thing will fucking backfire on you, and it can kill you, the Glitchnikov. But the AK-47 has a little chamber, so if the shell pops back, it's going to go to the left. But the Glitchnikov goes straight to where you're looking. Can shoot you right in your forehead. No joke. Until this day, they still made it, because the Glitchnikov is the most used semi-auto weapon around the world. AKs are in America, but Glitchnikovs, Taliban, everybody uses it. Except now that Biden left billions of dollars of the AK-47s in Afghanistan. Now everybody all over the world are using American AK-47s. I can buy one off the market right now for like $2,000 from Afghanistan.
They was there since George Bush.
No, but I'm saying when Biden left everything, he got brand new shit that he just ordered for 2000.
Oh, you mean like when we retracted out of the country real quick?
Yeah, they pulled out quick and left everything behind.
Yeah.
Like, the black market is crazy right now. Like, Afghanistan is selling tomahawks.
Just imagine being over there though. One of them soldiers or even somebody out on the streets and being like, yo, they just dropped a load on here, man. And like, but that's what America do even in their own country. Drop some guns on the hood and then have people kill each other and start some wars.
You can check it out. This is all public knowledge. Most of the shit, at least like 60, 75%, because Afghanistan kept for themselves, the Saudis bought everything. The Saudis bought everything that Biden left behind. They bought almost all that new shit, because the Afghanis didn't even know how to fly the helicopters, bro. They were killing each other trying to fly these fucking high-tech. You know what I'm saying? And they even left the manuals there, but these guys can't read English. So apparently Saudi went in there, and that's why the Saudi army, like, all Americans right there. They got all the Hummers that are like invisible. You can't sense them on the radar. Even Russia don't have them, bro.
Hey, all I know is that I need one of those.
Yeah, but
take it out on the mountains.
Cost what, $60 million, bro? $60 million for that Hummer, bro, with no weapons.
Hey, money is fake. Just give me one.
I know that.
Just give me one. I talk about it on my channel or something.
You know, you gotta get, hey man, you gotta get those promos, bro. You gotta get those sponsorships. This is sponsored by
when you get to a certain level, you see that shit is free. Everything is free. They just trying to they just trying to make some money. They get
some of those drone
like
companies, because you do a lot of drone shit.
Yeah, true. I know all of this. I just gotta get another drone. Like, once it got stolen, I never got the funds up enough to get another one.
Man. It got
Yeah,
stolen?
Yeah, it's a funny story. Crazy. Somebody broke into my car. They stole my credit cards
Oh,
and my drone, and right outside my house too. I wouldn't just really leave the drone anywhere, like in the car. And it was like 10:30. It
really?
wasn't even late.
That
Oh my word, brother. Well, you can't be leaving that shit in the car open. Because when a mouse sees cheese, whether it's in a
I know,
trap or
I
not, they're
know,
gonna go for it. Hungry
I
people,
know,
bro.
I know.
We have it okay, but there's people out there, bro, that don't even have $1 in their pocket, and maybe somebody's kids don't have no bread, and they don't like to do what they gotta do, but they know, someone's gonna give me $50 for that,
Nah,
and I
that
can
was
feed my
somebody
kid. It
that
might not have been for drugs.
that was some
I know.
yeah somebody needed a hit.
Well,
yeah.
I always like to think the opposite way. Maybe it was somebody that really needed it, but
No,
yeah, it could have been a drug addict.
I'm in the mountains. You can't be struggling with kids like that
Oh, yeah.
around here.
It could have been
I,
Bigfoot. Maybe Bigfoot liked the color and just took everything because Bigfoot likes to take wallets and shit, eh?
Oh
Up here in
wow.
Canada, it's smash into cars and they take
I don't
cell phone, and
is
people
concerned.
thought like there was somebody breaking into cars. And bro, I'm not lying. They put a fucking trail cam and it was Bear and Bigfoot, man, was stealing people's cars or stealing shit in the cars, bro, taking it, smashing the window.
Oh, I thought you meant like specifically they broke in for a wallet.
Yeah, they like the leather. They're like, how you killing my beaver, brother? I'm taking this wallet back. I'm gonna bury it.
Yes,
And
I
they
get.
seen the
You
drone
never know
flying
what
around.
they
They're
up
like,
to.
there's the UFO that I see spying on me. Hey man, you don't know what the Bigfoots think. I'm just saying, man. I'm
Mhm.
just saying.
Yo, I was watching this show, Evil on NBC, and I talked about a lot of times how they correlate the psychology, the technology, and the spiritual, and have the viewer like try to pick in which one was real, while having the people in the show also try to view like, wait a second, what's going on? Because they each like stand still to each personality trait. But they had this drone. It was the story about trucks going down this road, and they would start going crazy in their mind because they would think that they see in some spirit that's chasing them. And the guy, they went out there to test the theories, and the guy was like, "Oh, that's a drone. It's just a drone." And and then it started messing with the radio, and it was like telling them, it was just a cool story. It was messing with the radio, and it was like saying stuff, like got the creepy voice and the static and stuff. You know how the movies and stuff go, and it's like, "Yo, what the fuck going on?" But they got away. So they was like, "Yo, is this a spirit?" But then the guy, the priest, he got out the car and confronted it because he went out there on his own, and they actually showed it being a spirit. But then it was like these archangels or something like that they showed that was protecting them, but they helped them out. But then the other guy found out that it was a drone too, and somebody was using this radio jammer, and he was like playing pranks. So it was cool how the show have all of this going on at the same time. Like they put the CGI to show the creature, and they showed them coming at the guys like, "Yo, I was just trying to have some fun. I was trying to have some fun." But then it showed that the Vatican, supposedly in the show, is trying to eliminate these families that's being used by these spirits, they call them, that have these sigils, and that the guy didn't know that he was being used by another spirit to do that thing. He just thought he was having fun. So it's cool. It's an awesome show.
That sounds crazy. Yeah, that sounds fucking wild.
Because it shows how I be looking at stuff a lot of times, even if that is just another part of the maze to see it as. But it's interesting because it pops up in life at times when people be talking to me, and I want to relate what's going on. I'm like, yeah, that's true. It's happening. I don't doubt it.
But it's not just that or it. There's always so much more. It all like you find out one thing, it opens your mind to so much other things, and it's like it's
It's
never just one. It's like I don't know. It's
yeah,
infinite. You know what I mean?
domino trigger effect.
What fucking
Can you
internet?
say that again? It was breaking up while you were saying it.
Oh, I was the domino trigger effect.
The
Like-
dial. Every time you say the dial word, it break up. I want to
Yeah,
type it in.
Domino trigger.
Domino. Gotcha.
Domino.
See, I didn't hear that at all.
I thought you were saying dominatrix effect. I'm like, okay, I gotta hear this. Dominatrix, all right. Oh,
Domino
domino.
trigger.
Domino.
Domino.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
domino effect. So it's like it's like breadcrumbs that you picked up along the years or experience or whatever. And when a few fall into place, it triggers the rest.
And then when you look back, because time don't make sense, you don't know what fell first. Did the first domino really start the third one? I was watching this. I was rewatching this movie. Tenet. Is it called Tenet? Let me see. Tenet. It was a movie where he was being shown how time really works and how to move the bullet off the table. He had to see that he already put it on the table, and it was like called reverse entropy. They called it in the show.
Yeah, it makes
So
sense.
he was reversing it.
I gotta try that.
It just caught it up.
And
That's proper.
it happens like, okay, you know, when I don't know, but like when you're doing sniping, right? And you have long range, yeah, you would see it in video games. You have to compensate for wind, you know? So it's like your target is in the middle or whatever, and then you know, because of wind and movement, you have to shoot ahead. So by the time they catch up, hopefully the bullet meets them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's
Hey, Velvet. Hey, King. But yeah, that's.
yeah,
You
you
finish.
it.
Hey, you finish your thought out. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, I think that was it. It's just like pre-calculation, you know. So like once you imagine it, it's already happened.
Yeah. Because you know, and to get in tune with the wind, you gotta let a lot of other thoughts go.
Exactly. Yeah.
See what's really going on.
It's
But
awesome.
Moving on things with reverse entropy, that was another way that I was seeing. Another way I was seeing in through a movie was how they said, no, it was kind of the same thing. See that it was you already moved it. But they had said move to that reality where you moved it. Like shift to that reality where you moved it, and then you're gonna see it move without you using your hands.
See, that's wild, man. As a kid, I could move shit with my mind, man. As an adult, I can't. I've tried for past 20, 30 years, man. Yeah, I could move paper and small things. So you can say, oh, I'm manipulating the wind. I'm blowing through my nose and all this shit. But like, I could move paper with like my hands around and stuff. And yes, it could be manipulating wind and all. I'd give it all to you, man. But I didn't have to do that when I was a kid, man. I could literally, but like, about 10 years ago, man, I remember I was focusing on this item. You know, I was into the supernatural. It was just after when I stopped fucking into the investigations and everything. Maybe about a year after, but I was doing some packing and shit. I was just dabbling back and I had some of my old devices. I was just fooling around, nothing crazy. So maybe it could have been at that time, it could have been one of them that was doing it. But for like 3 days, somebody told me about an experiment. So for 3 days, I focused on this fucking pyramid-shaped round fucking surface thing at the tip, and all I was focusing on was knocking it over because I tried moving it, wouldn't work for years. I can't move it, but you got to start in baby steps. You know what I mean? So I did knock this thing over, right? And at the point of the time where I focused on thinking about doing it for like 2 days, and on the third day, I didn't think about doing it, like it being done, because I had to think about it being done. Then I thought about actually doing it. And when I actually put that thought into thought of it tipping over, it did it right fucking away. But like I was saying now, because spirits can move shit. I've seen it many times with my own eyes. I've seen them levitate chairs. I've seen them levitate tables. And it wasn't me that did it. It's them, different other spiritual things. So maybe where I could have had a portal in my home at that time opened, that a spirit could have fucking done that. But like I said, about 10, 11 years ago, man, with my mind, man, I knocked something over. But when I was a kid, I used to move glass ashtrays. If I put a glass on glass, I used to have these glass tables. You can ask my brother, man, my Jamaican brother, man. He's been on here before, no lie, no shit, man. I could even glass ashtrays. I used to be able to crack them in half. Like I used to have this spark where if I touched only glass ashtrays too, man. It didn't work with porcelain or anything else. Just those pure. I don't know if you remember the 80s and
The
shit.
integrity of the glass.
Yeah, I would touch,
The
and not
way it was made.
glasses, not glasses, not
We gotta
fucking
see.
glass vases, mom's
You gotta
glass
try.
vases.
You
Only,
gotta tap
yeah,
back into that. Give us a
bro. I
demonstration.
used to crack them in half, bro. But on thought, I could touch them and not break them. But I'd be like, yo, D,
Or
watch.
it probably
And I
only
touch
happened
this
when
thing,
you and
crack
you're
it in half.
alone.
But I could move shit too. Glasses on that glass table. I could. Listen, man. People. My house was haunted. A Jamaican lady died on the couch. She lived in the apartment before us, and that's why the aliens fucking
Hey,
took
wait,
me,
but
because
I
I
was thinking
communicated with
about
her.
let's go into this. Let's go into this. Cause I was
She
chilling
was
with
doing
some
stuff.
people, and I don't usually chill with. I do sometimes, but my neighbors upstairs. I was getting familiar with them. He's playing some games, but they was talking about huntings, and somebody had brought up. Say, yeah, I brought up that if it was any ghost in here, I'll be okay with it. And then she had to say to her boyfriend, like, "There's no ghost in here. There's no ghost in here. I'm just playing." But I was like, I was seeing the fear, and then I was seeing the playfulness and the acceptance, and then the wait, I hope that this is not what's really going on. What makes a place really haunted? Or
You do.
because
Well, she done
I
fucked
watch
up
so
there.
much shit on
Words are
TV.
bond. She
No,
gave
wait,
permission to
Richard.
ghost stay.
No, but what makes a place
So
haunted? Like, what makes a spirit be in your place now and tomorrow or yesterday? Like, what is the
Tesla
difference? Did somebody really have
energy.
to die for a
No, it's
spirit to be in the house?
same
No,
as Tesla said. Energy, vibration, and frequency. That's the
I think
answer.
it's your perceptions as well. You
Uh huh.
know, because like for example, I had an uncle, and like I don't know what kind of material it was, but basically he was walking and he thought someone was following him because the way his pants was the material was moving. He really scared himself, and he told us
That's
this story.
paranoia.
Uh huh.
So saying that energy is not or accumulated in certain areas, because glass has very special alchemical properties. That's why if you look at the old apothecary, the lab, the witch's brew, all that crap, there's glass bottles. Glass is different.
Oh
um
yeah. But there's
yeah.
people live in the hood, man, that have no fucking plates, no nothing. They might have one plate, no glasses, plastic cups, and they don't believe in ghosts. They're like, fuck that shit. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in angels. I don't believe in the devil. You're all fucking crazy. The world is flat. You're fucking mad. But then at nighttime, they got ghosts pinching in their asses, trying to stick stuff in somewhere, trying to move shit around. Because it
Oh, that's
doesn't
why
matter
they
if the
so
energy is
animated
strong. Bro, you don't have to believe. I know enough
about
people that don't believe, and they live in a haunted house, and I had to go cleanse their house,
who.
and now
I
their
never
houses aren't
said
haunted.
wait. I never
You
said
know?
I ain't believe. I just
No,
said
I'm just saying.
what makes a person call it haunted? Because what if it was a spirit that you enjoyed, or what if
Exactly.
it was
No,
stuff that
yeah,
was
some are
always
cool.
going
Some are
on?
cool.
Yeah, I
And
would say
now
what
you
if it's
it.
uh
Go
huh.
ahead, Alley Cat. You're cutting out.
Yeah, he was cutting out, but it seemed like he was going along with it.
Oh yeah, I was just saying, it could be something that was there and happening all the time. Like for example, one time I was at this job, I was a manager, and I never used to clock in. So one time I went to look at the camera to see the times that I clocked in, and it's not like I never believed or didn't care or whatever. It was just like, you know what, whatever is whatever. It is what it is. So I'm on the camera looking, and I saw like around midnight there was a flash. So I was like, wait, what the fuck was that? Because I had to fast forward, rewind to see the times that I came in.
Mm-hmm.
So at around midnight when I saw the flash, I put it in slow mo. So I put
Oh.
and okay, how was it? The storefront was glass. Okay,
Uh huh.
so and the where I'm looking, the cameras are like right at there's a what do you call it, a horseshoe desk in front of the door. So when you walked in the door, my back would essentially be to the door. It was stupid how they did it. So my back would be to the door. So when I'm looking at the camera, you can see if someone pulled up or drove by, that light would reflect in the window that was glass, and
Mm-hmm.
then you would see the camera. So I thought, I'm trying to rationalize it, right? So that was not the case. When I slowed it down, I saw there were two computers, one on the left, one on the right, and a chair in the middle. On that chair, I had forgotten one of my blue scarves that night or that day, whatever. So I'm sitting there and you see the computer on the left flashes, and then the one on the right flashes, and the one on the right began to glow. You couldn't even see the outline, the parameters of the screen. It was just fucking bright, just glowing. So after I saw that, in my head, I'm trying to think, oh, maybe it was a rat. But I don't know what makes it glow. Like, because, like I said, one came on, the other one came on, and the second one was just glowing. Then my chair turned itself around. So I said, okay, maybe the rat went on the one monitor, and it slid across the wood table, and it landed on the monitor, and then it on the chair, swung around and left.
Right now, I'm just tripping. I'm
when you
just
got too many maybes, too many
But
maybes.
no.
When you got maybe, after the fourth maybe, you might want to leave the house. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Nah, sit there, enjoy the ride, see what's coming up.
No, but you might want to go get some sage. I'm just saying. You got to be prepared. Right? I'm just saying.
Did you actually see a rat in the end at all, or was it?
I'm sorry?
Did you ever see a rat in the end, or was it just something mysterious?
No, I knew there was no rat. I knew, you know, when you're in denial, you know.
Uh-huh. Hey, the moments open up.
No,
It probably lasted longer than what Tom actually was, too.
Exactly. But there was like a lot of weird things that happened in that place. Like for example, we had these new glass shelves, and glass again. It was a liquor store, by the way. So we had these glass shelving. One day I'm just randomly walking by, about 5 shelves, and the liquor on the shelves came crashing down. Like, I was like, I couldn't hear away from being smashed. I don't know. I was on here. There's too much going on. There's too much. And then there was this fancy bougie hotel upstairs where, you know, people, I heard people die. You know, they would just order liquor from the downstairs and just drink themselves to a pulp and die. Crazy. A lot of like, okay, so this happened without my knowledge first of that kind of thing. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think there are a lot of things that I haven't like purposely watched, like, to cross contaminate, you know. It's like I wanted to make my own mind about it, and then maybe if it shows up, it shows up. So I think the ghost thing was one of them. You know, it's real. I don't know. I'll be right here.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I was just more excited than anything, you know. It's like, oh, they finally show themselves.
Nice.
Yeah,
No,
but I think it's.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, perception has to play a big part in your. I mean, it does in your reality. So why not with those things?
That's what I was. Well, not what I was going through, but what was calculating in my mind was how the human experience correlates to viewing anything seemingly outside of itself, and how at some points it needs to be comfortable to the viewing experience of that person, even if it's uncomfortable, because then it's like something that's like training you to be comfortable with. If you like going down that way, like, oh, that looks scary, look, a devil, or that look like a creature with a bunch of eyes, or blah blah blah, or some giant mantis creature. Just like, hey, that's just how it is.
Yeah,
it's like the cartoons.
Yeah, but you could also like explore those uncomfortabilities, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then you realize yourself.
Yeah, you do. And I'm getting more comfortable with that too. With my drawing experiences, getting more into like not making it look so neat. Because when I was going to my journal books and my sketches and stuff, It's all like creatures and everything, because it's not me really like thinking about it. I can just go at it. But when I'm trying to do it in 3D, I'm like, all right, I gotta do something I know I can make, or at least learn how to make and do this, and I'll be into these constraints. But I'm seeing I've got to tap into everything.
Yeah, and I say just go blindly. Sometimes when you have all these parameters, it's just block. You're just blocking yourself. Like I have a friend, and they were like looking at some art stuff that I did, and they're like, "Oh, I can't even draw." I was like, "Listen, if you look at Picasso, people would say he didn't know how to draw either." Like,
Hey, like shout out to this pizza company, this pizza store, Main Street Pizza. They got my art on their wall. I think I made a shirt of it, but it started off with. Wait, hold on, Big Chill. But it started off with them giving me this shirt, and then I was like, hey, like, can I get my art on your wall and stuff? But get into like monsters, and I'm trying to get the thing to stop taking it away.
Is that mushroom monster?
Let me go like
this.
Is
that what you got?
Act like I'm wearing it.
Is that the one time? The mushroom monster? I'm not watching YouTube now.
This is a pizza. It's a pizza monster on a skateboard.
I seen that big green one holding the mushrooms. That was pretty cool. On the t-shirts?
Yeah.
I saw the short video. Yeah, I got that video, man. It's pretty cool.
But tapping into that monster space, like with creatures and art, I see that as a form of expression of that side, because people will see it as something else, but really it's something goofy as hell. Something really funny, entertaining, lighthearted. But depending on how you looking at it, it's going to cause some awareness to pop up in you, some defense, or like take in, like, oh yeah, I love this kind of stuff.
I was never afraid of monsters, man. When people tried to fear me with the monsters, I want to become the monster's friend. Even in my dreams, when I dreamt about Jason and he stabbed me up, and then in my dream I heal because I'm like superpowered, and I said, see, you didn't have to do that to me. I'm like, can't we be friends? And in my dream world, me and Jason became friends because my house was beside the crazy house that he escaped, and he stabbed me. But then after he stabbed me, I said to him, what's wrong? Angry. He still killed people, but I was his friend. He didn't try to kill. It was a weird dream world when I was a kid. But even when they told me, yo, the monsters, they tell me the monsters live over there by the ravine. I tell my kids this. See this place over here, guys? When I was a kid, the older kids told me the monsters from the land before time, the ones with the big horns and dragons, for us kids never to go over here because that's where the monsters were. And that's where the big kids went and smoked dope and had sex and shit. So like when they told us that, man, what do you think us little kids did? We went to that place in the dark. We snuck out of our house at midnight and we went there to look for these giants, these monsters, and all that. You know what we found? The older kids doing stupid shit. And then they thought we were monsters. We scared them and they ran from us. We were like, oh, so we used to go there at night, hide in the trees and scare them. And they thought we were bigger kids when we were like 10, 11 years old. You know, don't try to scare us, man. We confront demons. We confront monsters. The cemetery's haunted. There's demons over there. We're like, what? We went to the cemetery, spend the night in the cemetery.
Yo, Big Joe, you just reminded me because you said the dinosaur movie, The Land Before Time. I was watching, I used to watch all of those, and I really just was brought back to a memory of when I was a teenager. Because when I was a teenager, my memories was kind of how they are now, but it's like kind of a faction where I kept saying, no, that didn't happen. That was just a thought. But in one of my dreams, I was in that, it was a Disney movie called Dinosaurs, and it was like CG and stuff, and they had to break through. It was cool. But I was there in my dreams. But growing up, I really thought that I was there, and like got kind of confused to why that movie seemed so real to me. I was like, yo, like I was here before. I'm like, no, I'm just thinking about that now. Like that was in my dream.
Jurassic Park, when I see the dinosaurs and these Jurassic Park movies, like as a kid, I love dinosaurs. You know, I love them. So when I dreamt of a time that I was like sleeping in the nest of a Tyrannosaurus, flying in the air with a fucking dinosaur in the water. Because as a kid, I knew all these books. I don't remember jack shit about them, but these sticker books, you had to collect the stickers and stick them in, and they taught you about them. When I dreamed as a kid, living dinosaurs, like, and when I see Jurassic Park, it's almost like I'm dreaming. Like it's weird, man, because like. But the dinosaurs in my dreams were friendly. They didn't try to eat me. You know what I mean? They would eat each other, though. They would battle because I understood the animal kingdom. Like I was friends with the one that had the shell with the four leg, where all their legs were on the ground. I forget the name of that dinosaur with the big fucking shells in the back. It has the armor, and I remember I was friends
I
with
was
one of
thinking
them, and the big.
Thesaurus.
I think that might be the
Mm.
one. And a Tyrannosaurus, right? They were. I was friends with both of them, but they got a fight, man. And the big one though ate the Tyrannosaurus. The Tyrannosaurus with its little arms, yeah, it was biting it, but the one with the shell hit it with its tail, knocked the Tyrannosaurus down, and killed the Tyrannosaurus, and had to eat it and feed its family. That's what I got from the books too, right? Because they battled each other. But I remember I woke up. That was maybe about, I don't know, 7 or 8. I remember I woke up and I was crying the whole next day. And that was when your parents tell you, yo, you can't pay too much attention to your dreams. They're just your dreams. Because sometimes you dream so real as a kid and be like, oh,
Yeah.
why are you crying? Superman beat up Batman and they're my best friends. Yo, man, stop your nonsense. Go clean your room and slap you in the head. But we had such great imagination as kids.
Now
You
we
know,
was so open to
it was so
like the vision of our observer self that's putting
Yeah,
all these realities out there in the first place.
and it's limitless. Your
yeah,
imagination
man.
is limitless. You
The
don't have
nation is limitless.
I'm sorry?
Two
I
little
said the
fingers.
nation, the Magi Nation, that Magic Kingdom.
Yep.
Hey, I'm gonna do a little segue real quick because y'all was talking about shirts.
Dieting.
Real fast. I put these shirts up on the website. Hold on.
Let me switch over to the YouTube. Hold on.
Because Velvet was bringing up the shirts too. Hold on. Oh. There it is. There goes the smoothness. 10 seconds later.
Let's see, where's the YouTube? Hold on.
Hey, if y'all want to check out the Just
can't
Tai
see
Now
live,
store, this is the Super Saiyan Wild Man Ninja tank top. He actually put me up to this. He put in the comments saying, hey, you got to turn me into a Super Saiyan holding a mushroom. And I said, I got you. I don't know why it's like real low poly right now, but if you go on the website yourself, you'll be able to see it. I gotta see about that.
Buzz, I can't see you on YouTube, Ty. What's going down? You still live on? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I should.
All right, there we go. Yeah, I don't know why you weren't at the.
Right.
Oh, shoot! Let me
Zoomed
put it on
out.
pause. All right, don't kill myself. There we go. No, usually you're at the top of when
There it
I
is.
put it on the subscribes. You're at the top live. You're the only one
Alright.
live now. It
It's
didn't
all
put you at the
good.
top.
All these pop-ups. Yeah, as I was saying before, check it out. Got the Mushroom Tower tee. Shout outs to these models that was paid by the company to model anything we put on them. And here goes, I think I got one more up here. And this is from the Starfall Let the Trip Begin. One of the many art pieces coming out for it. Putting out little teasers here and there. Little plots. It should be finished by the end of the summer.
Sure, it's a good.
But I really want to make sure all the sound effects are like on par with bringing the world to life. I want to get in touch with Mark Dreams to help out with one of the soundtracks.
And are you in Roadblocks? Are you in Roadblocks? Are you selling those T-shirts in
Here it
Roadblocks?
goes.
What
I
other
need to
virtual
get into
platforms
that.
are you on? Yeah, you got to sell them virtually, man. I mean, you sell them in the real world, but you got to start dropping them virtually.
I'm gonna get into
Find
that.
somebody with a store.
It's this
find
VR.
somebody with a store.
It's this 3D VR world that I'm trying to get into. I have it bookmarked already. But yeah, let me get through this real fast because now I found the actual close-up picture to show the Super Saiyan Wild Man Ninja without it being all blurry. But if you see it for yourself, being less blurry, and that's him right there. That's why he got the long beard with his mushies. And I put a lot of some time into this. I don't like saying a lot of time because when I'm in it, it feels like nothing. And that's a lie. It feels like a lot. In the end, it feels like I can keep on going. Why they give me all of these like unproportionate pictures? Like, I'm trying to bring them up. They like, I'll make it extra small.
Because I called out the Picasso.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's it right there. But check out the Instagram too. If y'all out there in the universe, I'll be steadily updating on there. And here goes Pyco. Of course, gonna make it small. I'm gonna post these on the Discord too. Pyco is a creature that I created alongside AI. Then I brought it to life in 3D with textures and added some more nuances and stuff to it to make it realistic. Well, as realistic as the imagination can put it. More things to come. More things to come. In different ways, I'm gonna present this too, which I know this is a live show. All right, we back.
Thank you for posting the links.
Hey, no problem, no problem. Cause all this art is just the start. Everything I'm putting out, cause with the VR and the AR, like
That's
even
right.
with, what you say? I'm sorry.
You were right. All this art from the start.
I ain't even know. I just had to fart. But,
that's it. Or maybe short.
Well, yeah, all this is just the beginning because with the technology coming forward in the future, it's going to be able to bring this more to life as I see it already when I'm like creating it. I'm like, yo, I feel this vibe and just what I'm in. It's just life, period. Like, it's hard to describe. It's more of it to just see as it progresses.
You got to record it, man. You got to record it, vlog that shit, man.
Yeah, because all life is just is just recording a vision somehow. Like, how can I record this vision or put this out? Or just where you are in that exact moment. Because in the moment, I don't always feel like I'm in the place and position that somebody will look at me as. Or if I look into a regular old day mirror and I'm not looking at it as the magic mirror, this so-called reflecting reality back at me in so-called real time. Like, get in that art position, it shows like, this is where I really am in this exact moment right now. I could just be sitting in this chair or sitting in the grass or walking or doing whatever.
Talking.
So that's what they call IRL, you know, in real life. But I like to call it. I want to start a new movement. Call that shit IRT, in real time, man. You know, they call it IRL. Streaming live is like IRL. It's been around forever. You know what I mean? But it's called in real life, right? But like in real time, man, because life sometimes can be on perspective. You can perceive it one way and another. Real, because some of the stuff we learn about these IRL guys, that they're just, you know, a lot of the stuff isn't real on these fucking things. A lot of the stuff is pre-scripted, whether it isn't or not. You know what I'm saying? IRL is a little toxic, a little shady, but it's supposed to be showing you reality, but it hasn't. It's become a little bit more different. But I'm all about that real time shit. Ain't no editing, ain't no nothing, man. You see everything. You know what I mean? Like documentary. Just like you said, you don't got to do nothing. It's not orchestrated. It's just showing people your reality. You know what I mean? Like, and you can't tell the story. Sometimes you want to tell the story, but even telling the story, you can't tell it right. You had to be there. You know what I'm saying? When you got a 3D camera going and the person that's watching you can zoom. Have you ever seen those 3D cameras, brother? You ever see those 3D cameras?
Oh, your mic went way down.
Oh, because my someone's calling me right now.
Oh,
but
gotcha.
Like when you're observing the 3D cameras, you can like zoom in all around, right? You ever watch it?
I have one.
Oh, it's fun. Yeah, but as a viewer, like I'm saying,
I have a couple
they're
videos
amazing.
out on YouTube. You gotta check them out.
Oh, I love them, man. Some people's like, oh, it makes my stomach. I'm like, just give it time, because you can look around everywhere. Hold on, one sec, guys.
Yep. But yeah, Ali Cat, that was a future vision I had a long time ago, or vision I had a while ago. With the 360 camera, mine just sucked. Was to like bring events live to people, and then like have it in 360. And I was thinking about this a while ago, and I was like, yo, this gonna start developing. But now like it really is already taken off. Like the some sports places have it, where you can like sit at the court side and have on the helmet and just look like you at the game. It's getting a little relevant in comedy. Some people got some comedy apps It's like a pre-recorded show, and they got you in the audience, and you literally look around and see three-dimensional people enjoying the show, and you look up and you see the person on the stage delivering a spiel. So the way things going to be delivered is going to transform. And I was listening to somebody mention something that I experienced, and that's and that's something that people similar to that have psychedelic experiences have too, and that's starting to have different senses in your dreams. And they were saying how the kids they spiel was that when the kids start having this VR a lot, they're going to start having sensing their dreams differently because they having some reports of it, of being able to smell. And they saying, what if they look back on people in the past like, hey, you wasn't able to experience this in your dreams or sense this and that? Because it really was having me recognize that I was in the VR world in my dreams. Like, I'm not just walking around saying la-di-da-di-da, but I'm making the trees pop up as I'm walking down the street. And to the observer of the la-di-da-di-da, it seems like it's the whole world. But it's all some kind of, as we term so far, simulation or just life, breath, frequency, vibration. It's a lot of terms. It's a lot of terms I don't always use that I hear people use a lot. And that's because I used to use them all the time. That I could go back and forth just to keep us all, or whatever happens happens. But yeah, it's all just a whole different frequency. That's all. Hey, you said I just gotta bring the chat over here so I can see it. Keep glancing over, but I got two screens and the other screen is so small. He said, Velvet, I will always remember that dream about True Life Stories. He was the driver of the spaceship. He said, you be dreaming about other planets. Yeah, I remember you telling sharing a story before. If you got any other ones, like, let us know. And I don't care if you would say anything, I'm not sure. But it's just circle is green the whole time. He said, we only use the fibers on a high frequency. We balance them in the highest vibration water. We pride ourselves on our Hertz products. Y'all was in the ship too, all of us. We went through the space-time of different errors. Errors. Yep. Just like right now. We popping up right now. And I was just thinking about Tainowation Studios bringing forth all this in art. So if y'all write, we already got some writers in the building. We're just going to make it happen. We're just going to make it happen in different ways to bring all these visions and artistry to the table, if it needs to come up that way. Because that's something I wanted to do a while ago that I was kind of frustrated about, but not no more because it comes out in different ways and is building up to what he wants to build up to. But I was like, yo, I want to just make a whole movie off of what just happened. Like, even off of what having an experience and then coming back and talking about it on the channels. And like, that's a whole like novel experience. Like, what I mean by that is that I didn't see anybody else go through, like, before me, that I talked to and stuff. It's like, oh, that's just what happened in movies, or that just happened when you dreaming, or that just happens to a select few people. You gotta be special for that to happen in your life. But it happens to everybody. You just gotta know how to notice it. Know how to notice the breadcrumbs. Notice the reflections around. And then it all starts tying together. Like, when I first started tying stuff, I literally was just think about it. Like, just think about these things. I had the heart, and I didn't really know about the gut mind and stuff, but I was using my gut already. to like make the videos and put myself out there on the line and the craziness and of the saneness and be like, hey, I want to talk about frequency and vibration and Nikola Tesla. That was my first 2 videos. I was talking about frequency, vibration. I had the little charts popping up and shit so they can like be timed to where my fingers was at. I had the scripts. I actually found my old books because I used to script them, and I used to write the whole script or bullet points on the paper and stuff so I can know what I wanted to say.
Wow.
I was really technical about it. I got a lot looser with my life. Like I said, I started with just Tai. Like I was working, doing computers on West Philadelphia High School. I mean, Parkway was, that was the school at first, West Philly. Parkway Center City High School, which was also the school I went to myself in high school, and then I wound up working there years later at the same place, fixing their computers. Yeah, and then I came out to Just Tai.
Wow.
And then just kept diving deeper. Oh yeah, the heart. Started taking psychedelics, opening up my heart more, heart chakras. Because I was digging deep. I was trying to get into the magic and stuff, but it was still all in my mind. Like I was literally practicing magic like David Blaine. Like I was finding old books, PDFs, really studying the history of what magic wanted to be about. Like this is how you do this, and this person got this sleight of hand movement from this, or how to talk to people to get them to think like this, and how to move crowds and talk to the crowd, and then that led me to the occult lore. I was like, yo, it's something more behind this. And then I led to psychedelics and Alley Cat. It was the most realistic thing. When I tell you I saw like just 2 couple psychedelic videos and what people call the spirits, or it was just to remind us saying, or I was reminding myself along the journey, yo, this is a key. Yo, I don't really know what this is, but this is some kind of key right now. And this magician shit, like this gonna unlock some doors to everything that I'm thinking about.
That is so awesome.
Not knowing I was already unlocking the doors though. So I just give it that. The doors is already unlocked, but that it's a certain trigger in the human that just like, oh, whoa, I see now.
It's like it's black and white, and then the next day it's colored. The next second it's colored. Like, what happened? Where was I? Who was I?
Yo, Velvet said my sons went to Parkway Middle School, and I lived in the neighborhood named Parkway.
Wow.
It was 3 Parkway schools in Philly. It was Center City, West, and I don't know the other one.
Well, I live near Parkway Oval in Westchester.
Yo, I went to Westchester University.
You lied.
I did.
So
Even when I dropped out, I left. It was in Westchester County. It was a whole college town based off the college.
That's crazy. Let me see.
It was somebody yesterday. Somebody was a friend of a friend. Well, I don't really know him, so it's just a buddy. But they was trying to deny the sync because it was somebody else there that went to festivals and stuff like that, and they was saying how. So I was like, all right, they know about this. They like, I could see where their mind kinda is. But they brought up something about the sync, and the other girl was like, no, that's a what is the other word? The scientific word. Not a sync.
Oh.
A coincidence?
Yeah.
No, it started with an S. It started with an S still. Dang, it all just went away from me.
Let me see. If it's not a sync, then it's a
Synonym
or no, it wouldn't be that.
Sync.
For F.
It was some word.
What's a synonym?
Huh?
I was thinking of what a cinnamon, yes. I'm gonna look it up.
But all in all, I'll get it out. It was some word It was some word that she was trying to deny the sync, and then we was playing a card game, and then I said something about how it's real, and then I looked at the word that I had, and the first word on there was sync, or a synonym to the word sync, and I was like, see, here goes another sync right here for you, and she's like, no.
Oh damn! So coincident, concurrence, conformity, conjunction, contemporaneousness, order, simultaneous.
I don't know. That
There's a
probably
lot.
was simultaneous or something. But it was just a story. Somebody tried to deny the sync, and then the literal card that I picked up, like, set another sync up right in front of all of us.
That's funny. Don't listen. She don't know what she's talking about.
From her point of view.
See, and that's the perception, you know. So now she won't be able to be open to this to that version of that word.
Word's gonna come hit a little harder.
Yeah.
I'm playing. I'm just casting spells.
No, that was my job, Ty. I'm the accused here. I'm the accusee. Accusee. Sounds like a name of a car.
But it's funny being around. I can see, and I don't even like to. I do like to talk like this. I really do. With being around certain kind of people that's in different flows of magic in the world, and how different it is. You can say it's different degrees, but you can say it's just how people work their magic too. Like they had to do this in order for certain things that happen in their life. But some things people play into so casually, and I'll be like, hey, you could go ahead. You go ahead.
You do it. It's kind of like mindless, but kind of not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and just as how like we can say, okay, I see it, I believe in the sync. Same way her magic works for her not to. See?
Yeah, I'm trying to see how people slam it. Right.
So it's like it's real, but for her, it's not real for her. That's some crazy shit. Where's the middle line? Where do you meet? What's reality at that point?
We meet at the point of laughter, the cosmic giggle. That's the middle point of everything, is to just laugh. Cause trying to go into the reasoning, you like what makes the other point not true from that person point of view.
And even all of that is laughing. Yes.
Or more, what I say about being around other people is seeing the role that I play around other people. To be more sincerely, is to see the role that calls up at me, or that I like to play when like in different circles and stuff. It's always bringing like more of a laughter because of a certain understanding of what's going on, and then I make it into a joke, or I just like play along with it, like just in my own way, just like I do here. And it's fun because I'm getting more in tune with myself too, like with my insecurities and securities, and this life, what I tune into that I'm comfortable with. And even things I'm not comfortable with. What is it for? Because everything is like, it's not for running away. Like, we got everything we need in order to build on to whatever's going to happen next.
That's the getting to know yourself part. Because it's like, all right, this is uncomfortable. Why is this uncomfortable? Where was it first uncomfortable, you know?
And you tell yourself all the time.
Yeah, and then you can that uncomfortability.
Mm-hmm. That's why you feel uncomfortable, because you already know. Let's try to play out different scenarios. That's why I be so hyped up too with True or anybody be going online or posting anything where they like showing the outwardability of themselves, if that's a real word. Well, the word I just made up, where they're just
Wait.
like, hey, this is me. This is where I am right now.
No, what's the word you used? I didn't hear.
Outwardability. let's look it up. Outwardability. I was surprised. No, they said outward ability. No, outwardability.
Yeah, it's too many
Add
letters.
this.
Many letters. We gotta go French.
Webster ain't catch up yet.
Not yet. In a little bit.
Well, they said, imagine if we could write a book of our every thought since birth, even when we couldn't talk but just cry.
Yeah, it's memory.
He's like, yeah, it's getting to know yourself.
Because you have memories you don't even know you have either. Like when Big Chill was talking and you're like, yo, you just reminded me of a dream.
Mm-hmm.
You have it. You don't know you have it. So I think that memory book is if we could explore that, holy shit.
Yeah, I think the way that your brain works and operates, and it can correlate to being like relaxed about things, but I think the more your memory opens up to, well, your mind opens up to your memory cabinets. Like, oh yeah, this is over here. This is over here.
And they found that more memories are stored with happy memories. They did
They try to forget those bad ones.
Yeah, which, honestly, if you incorporated it within learning, that becomes a different system of memory now. It'll be procedural memory instead of emotional memory, You can convert it from one to the other.
Yeah.
You keep it as a lesson instead of a regret, kind of. If that makes sense.
A lesson? No, you make sense. The lesson for whatever pops up in that person in that particular moment. That's how it makes sense.
Like, sometimes I haven't thought, like I've thought of something, but like not to fruition. So it's like I'm picking and I'm going along and it's like, wait, does that make any sense? Like I've never said it or,
Yo, I was just telling my daughter something that I was going through, and I was telling her this, that when you have a perception about something, like most likely you're right. Even if it's not going on in that moment. Like it probably play off later.
Yeah.
And then you look back and then say, oh, I did say that. Oh, I did look at it like that. But like, yeah, you did. Like if you would have caught on at that moment, then imagine what could have picked up at that moment. Just like having the confidence to say, oh, this is what I'm thinking. That's something I'm going through majorly. And, and for a while, but I think that's something the Tai always goes through. Or things change. That's me plotting out reality for myself. Gotta let it be procedural, as you say. But lately I've been going through, yo, this is what I'm actually thinking. It sounds so simple, and I was like, yeah, this how I'm, and I would just say it just like this, this is what I'm actually thinking. Like, like I'm confused on like, oh, what should I think? It's like, you're thinking about it right now.
That's why you gotta tie it, right? See, thinking is half the tying it together. If not all.
Yeah, you gotta move. Just move. You hear the groove. It reminds me of that scene in high school.
And it sounds so smooth.
So smooth. Hey, Exile, Shiva. What you want, Shiva or Exile?
We're going with Shiva these days.
Shiva. Yeah, I seen the Exile was from way back. I seen an old video. I say, oh, he was there for a long, long time.
Thought it was time to change, No more exiled. Now it's that which is not.
Like I'm still not here, but I'm here.
I'm totally not here. I went all the way out.
Velvet said they make the next clones like that. Want to get wiped from all your bad memories. Come to us, the memory chaser. We'll wipe it out. Yeah, give you that blissfulness that you think you was wishing for. Not knowing, like the title of this thing, it's another maze. Or fully knowing.
Is it amazing?
Hey, so depending on the perspective. Some people say it's a trap. They be like, oh, I want this corner. I'm like, this is amazing. Like, look what it can do. Look at the labyrinth itself as like a art piece. Like how I used to got this phrase in my mind, like when they say the labyrinth of the mind. I used to hear that in some shows.
I love mazes.
Who made that term up? I ain't gonna be pinpointed. Like, so how's it going?
It's a beautiful day. How's it going over there?
Hey, it's excelente.
I've been studying. So it's crazy you talk about mazes. I just signed myself up for a new data download amazement labyrinth fucking level up. You know, as you level up, the boss gets bigger. So I'm gonna be going kind of back to school in a sense and learning a lot of different things and how things are made right now and how different things are. So it's just my own personal like career path. But yeah, it's you know, I don't think the trip ever stops. You know, you can sit up and lie up and take 30 grams and then, you know, always trip for the rest of your life on mushrooms every single day or meditate for the rest of the, you know, but there's always things to do. Like True said the other day, he's all, I gave up. I was sick and I just gave up. And then I woke up after that, after I sorted it out, and I must have things to do. So that's kind of the way I look at it. Like, we don't have to do anything. You're like, there's obviously an exit. So while we're here, we can choose to do so much, and that can unpack so in so many different ways depending on your perspective or who you're around or what time of the day or week or month or year. So like there's three things going on simultaneously, right? There's creation, maintenance, and destruction. Past, present, and future. They're like the triad, the triangle, the yantra. So understanding, just because you get a certain knowledge, an experience, a wisdom.
Ain't
So
everything.
just because, yeah, there's more, bro. There's always more.
It's like the
Oh, I'm gonna give some flowers for the last freestyle live that you did. That shit was so sick. I want to inspire you and support you to keep singing and rhyming wherever you need to do, because people who hear it's ineffable, but you're like, it's so awesome. It's amazing, bro. So keep on doing it. I love hearing it.
Hey, I appreciate you, Shiva. Appreciate it. That was a lot of fun. I was actually went back on it yesterday. That's why I posted that video. And I was like, yo, this was actually golden. Like everybody that was there, King Guys, Master Creator, and it was allowing me to have that opportunity too, because King Guys was on there like really saying bars, like he wasn't just diddly daddling, he was going in, he's just going in, he's going in. So I was like, me tag teaming. It was like the last live like 3 days ago.
Okay.
And the way he go in, like depending
Yeah,
on who I'm around, but I'm switching that up because I'm like I'm seeing more of my own reflections in me and stuff, and seeing reflected back on me. But when I'm get certain energies around, I'm like, all right, this is what's going on. It's just like, let's go.
Yep.
yeah, Alley Cat or whoever hasn't checked that out, definitely go back. It's like 3 days ago.
I'm gonna
I
do.
think it's like. Go ahead.
Nah, it's on in any way, cause it was cause music, making music is therapeutic. Like
Yeah,
whatever you could do.
it's art. It's expression.
That's a bar.
Oh, it really is. Life is a bar. We all just try and get a drink. Now we got
Trying to
different
press
kind of
it,
bars now. Ain't just serving alcohol.
trying to lift it, trying to raise it.
So
What else?
what?
What else do you do? You get low. Those people fucking get on those roller skates, and then they get like three. Their total body height is the height of the roller skate. Just get under that bar. What's that called? How low can you go? How low can you
Limbo.
go?
Yeah.
Limbo.
Can you tell me? Can you tell me how low can you go?
Sure they don't talk about it. Limbo now, but okay.
Yeah, humans are awesome, bro. And sis.
Yeah, it's all about that expression, getting it out. And it's, yeah.
Which is funny because, like, okay, I wanted to say really quick when you said music was therapeutic. I heard in my head really quick. For some reason, music is therapeutic. I'm on the mic, so don't mute it. But
Just let me do it.
okay, so I was telling someone the other day.
Water the root and you'll fruit it.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Water the root and you'll fruit it.
Oh my god.
You got the
Um,
floor.
I was telling my friend the other day. We were talking about God, a therapy or something. She it was a friend of a friend. So she went to therapy and all this other business. And she was like, talking it feels so good. And I was like, well, if you think about it, talking is therapy. If you look at the end of addictions and when you go to AA and NA and all those places, right? And even therapy, what do? You sit and you talk. You take it out from here and you put it out. And you're hearing yourself, you're dealing with things in a new sense rather than just thinking about it. So like, yeah, therapy, that talking is therapy. And if you look at the reverse of that, like
Mm-hmm.
in the home where you have children, like anyone, um usually miscommunication or lack of communication is a deficit, and it causes a lot of upsets and separation. So it's like you look at the end of everything is talk therapy. You look at the beginning of it is a deficit of talking. So yeah, talking is magic.
It's getting it out. That's why I changed it around to I think you know this, having a conversation instead of a conversation. Hey, Master Creator.
What's up, Jeff? Ty?
See?
Hey, thanks for coming on through to the podcast.
I was ready for you to spit that freestyle
We just
and tie it on down.
we just did. We said, damn, what did we say? Something. Music is therapeutic. We're on the mic. Don't mute it. And they continued it.
Just let me do it. Let us continue it. Water is going to fruit it.
Water the root and you'll fruit it.
Ooh.
Let me get this on
Now it's time for you to do it.
here.
I do it like I knew it. That flame is red and bluid.
Uh-huh.
Liquid gasoline fluid. I don't know. What's a druid?
Girls, are you getting
Oh, you're a druid. You took them shrooms. You been knew it. And your rhymes, that's where you drew it.
it? Let's brew it.
Bringing
What
out
you?
them angles, making them congruent.
Ooh. Slow down and chop and screw it.
No.
Stop. Translate it. You're fluent. No, I'm playing. I don't know.
They tried to stop us, but we would have to do it.
Oh, it's so fun. I'm too slow to do that though. I think right now. I like writing better. Writing, it's so different for me.
Hey, same here. Same here. I was like, oh, all right. Let me get this out, and I go back, and then I connect this more with this one, switch it around.
Even
Yeah,
Figuring
I
out the
just be trying
game
to
for
tie
that
it
money.
down,
Motherfucker.
open up my heart and my gut mind feeling, and let it on out.
what were you saying, Exile? I didn't hear.
Oh yeah, figure out the game. Sherlock Holmes. I'm gumshoe it. I'm gumshoe it.
Oh, it's so fun. Your turn, Big Chill.
And I got notebooks full of stuff, but then I started going into the maze of Lil Wayne and other people when they say, "Oh, I don't write, I don't got the time, I just gotta go there and then make it when I'm there, and whatever we come up with, that's where
Yeah,
how the magic come." I was like, "All right, that
yeah,
seems less stressful."
yeah. And it's hella funny, and entertaining, like what your mind can come up
Yeah,
with. 'Cause
that's
every
what I'm
time it
more
comes up with
into.
something so dope, we just laugh. Like, oh my god, I can't believe you just fucking said.
Oh, it's fun.
It's just so dope.
As
It's
more,
like you're spitting a maze. You're spitting an end, the beginning and the end of a thing for somebody
Yeah,
else to unpack it later in time. So it's like
yeah.
it ties in with what Ty was talking about. Ty.
It's
yeah,
like
you
you're that
don't know
snake
what you're
eating your
saying,
own
just go along
tail.
with it.
That's like the song Lupe, I think it was.
Which
Um,
one?
maybe it's Street on Fire, like one of his first. Um,
I only know Kick Push. I'm sorry.
is it? Oh,
I made a
really?
remix to it though too. It was one of my first songs.
That's dope.
I was a skateboarder.
I know, it's so cool. You should check that. Or do you have it
What
still?
do you mean was?
It's on my old channel. I made a
What do you mean
video to
was?
it and everything. Yeah, I still am a skateboarder. I'm waiting for my
Show us
shoes
your
to come in.
skateboard, Ty. I know
It's
you got
one
some
that I made too.
dope. I know you got some dope Timation a skateboard that you tagged on it and put your art on
Yeah.
it.
I made it 3D too. I can't pull up that file right now. My computer gonna freeze. Alright. But I got it in here while I go get it.
That's so cool.
Where's that?
I feel like you're just.
Show?
I got it with me. Ain't got to go get it.
Here it is. Random Boys Kick Push. Oh, I swear I made a video. Oh, here it
Wake up,
is. Official
rock my
video.
body like a new fitted.
Oh, that was the okay. The rhyme was
It's the vibe.
the tick of the time and the slip of a rhyme. I was like, oh shit, that's kind of cool. Like the whole song, cool, but that was the part that jumped out.
Oh,
And I was
from Lupe.
like, huh?
From Lupe.
Lupe.
Damn, just you don't age at all, man. That's that wizardry, man.
Wait, I'll be right back. I'm gonna be away from the computer, but I'm gonna play it.
Okay.
Thanks.
Relaxing low, bottom as possible. So can fuck with hoes born after 94. Oh, light up a joint as soon as I leave out the door. When I'm done rolling one, then I'm rolling up some more. Ho, when I'm on the green and sipping on that lean, I'm looking for an apple bottle. Get between
Turn the music up, Ty.
Chilling with the crew.
I can't hear it, but like I can imagine Kick Push if I had like
wait, no, I'm gonna turn it up because y'all heard it on YouTube. We're gonna rewind it. DJ.
Y'all
Y'all got it on the Discord?
ready. Run it back. Want it back one more time.
Y'all probably had to turn it up on y'all side. Like, can you right click it?
Rewind selector.
Bottom high as possible. So can fuck with.
Can y'all hear it? No?
No.
Wow, that's funny. Y'all probably have to open up the YouTube.
Yeah, the stream volume's up too, so I don't know.
Right, I'm gonna play it on the YouTube. I don't know what's going on.
It's the Viper, motherfucker. Alright. Relaxing low, bottom high as possible. So can fuck with hoes born after 94. Oh, light up a joint as soon as I leave out the door. When I'm done rolling one, then I'm rolling up some more. Ho, when I'm on the green and sipping on that lean, I'm looking for an apple bottle, get between like a worm. Chilling with the crew while everyone's concerned. Got bitches in line waiting for their turn. I tell them to relax like a perm. My flow's so sick, it's infected with germs. Smoking weed by the acre, getting model attention. Like I played for the Lakers, got that Mary Jane, do you wanna taste her? Ha, I got the key to the kush, safer than any taker. Shout out to the tailors, girl, don't get mad, you knew we were all players. Bitch, don't pay me in trident layers. Leave you with a patch eye like a sailor. I heard the track, give it an F for failure. I perfect my game and edit it like a Taylor. I'm baby face like a Tyler, but I stay shining cause I'm golden like an Oscar. The world is more than black and white like a soccer ball. I ain't seen it all, but I know the comfortable to run. I'll become the best to ever do. I bet you glitch me. My flow running like some fluids. I battle you myself, don't need a whole crew to do it. You had your chance, you blew it.
Yeah, just Ty. That's that witchcraft,
that was
man.
a couple bars thus far, but it's the Viper nigga signing
That
on.
warlock craft,
I'm about
man.
to go hit this bong, so put the shit on repeat and rip along.
That was just us in our dorm room, but my friend Billy's dorm room recording that last part. Edited by Random Viper. Edited by the Viper.
That's that magic, man. How did you not age, man?
That's my mom genes. She works some magic through the lineage.
Andrea, man.
Go back to that comment somebody
That
said,
was some
those
good time.
eyes. Dot.
Oh, that was an X actually.
X Factor.
I read the thing. I was like, hey, that looks familiar. There's a good friend. A good friend.
They seen those eyes.
Oh yeah, that was that. It was a lot of fun. Just learning how to edit videos and just being out there introduced to a world that I was like not familiar with, but bringing my world to wherever I was trying to go to.
Adding to it.
Yeah. Alright, I get back on
Is the rest of them random boys, are they still in Philly right now, or what happened to the rest of the random boys?
my friend Bill, Brandon, this one right here, he actually has a gaming channel now.
Oh, that's dope.
He stays gaming all the time.
Kermit the Frog.
And, my other friend Billy, he just got out of prison. I didn't even know what happened, but he just got back after like 5 years.
Damn. Them random boys was getting down. You just left in time.
Oh wait, my you got to say that again. My earphone cut off. Can you say that again?
Oh, I said, damn, you left just in time then not to get in trouble, man. Them random boys was getting into some random stuff.
Yeah. The way things worked out. He was asking me too. He said, I never really knew what happened. Like, why did we stop really talking and stuff? Like, it was happened all within a couple months.
Did you guys all skateboard though? Did
He
everybody
was into
skateboard?
longboarding. But my skateboarder
Okay.
friends, they were into other things. They was into music too, but they was really, really into it more than I was at that time, or more than I thought I was able to. Like I was still like other places in my mind trying to get shit together. But they was doing shows. They put themselves together like, and this how dreams work. They put themselves together. Well, not how they can. They put themselves together like the Wu-Tang Clan, and it's like, oh, we from Philly, they from New York, and like we inspired by them and stuff, and they had like them kind of beats and everything. And now years later, my friend TJ, he plays Old Dirty Bastard on the Wu-Tang show on Hulu, like a
Wow.
legit show.
That's cool, man.
That's some synchronicity right there too.
Yeah. And he always used to tell me, he used to say, spit it free, like how you told me, Master Creator, he used to always come up to me randomly, spit a freestyle, I know you got something in there, I know you got something. And he was like real animated, he was just out there just trying to do his life, because he's on the streets a lot more than me. He was younger though, he was like 6 years younger than me. Or like
Damn.
4 or 5, I wouldn't say no 6, 4 or 5.
He was the baby of the clique.
Yeah. He was trying to get the skateboarding in, but then when the music came in, he still was skating, but he wasn't like the best of the best, but he still had the spirit, because we was just all out there. But he knew it was down for something. That's why we said we all cultivated all this energy down in Philly. Like, I'm glad that we all connected on Instagram somehow, so I want to make like a documentary in the future. We all like doing random things that's like impacting. My other friend that was a skateboarder with, his dad owned a studio. That's why he got into music early, like a home studio. But he wound up moving to LA, and he still live in LA, and he be living good. He be breeding dogs and stuff, and living on the mountains. He's like, you gotta come out here sometime.
Them random boys. 12 years later.
I was the first one to come up with a name for the group too. Like when we all used to skate, I said we need a name. It was KPB, the Kick Push Bandits. I was the first one to categorize us as something. Like we was all just always hanging out.
See, you were the one that tied it together.
Yeah. And that's what they always said later in life too. And I still didn't understand it until like I'm starting to get older and say, oh, I see what position I was playing.
They're the DGK, Dirty Ghetto Kids.
They from Philly too. I met Stevie Williams before. He was drunk in the park. It was pretty cool.
What about Boys to Men? You ever meet Boys to Men, man? Northside Philly?
They are from Philly, but no.
You ever seen him singing on the streets or nothing? No.
No. I had to ask my mom. I wasn't into R&B growing up.
That's what they found or something. They were singing on the streets and somebody saw them.
Mm-hmm. I don't doubt it.
Motown Philly, man. Motown Philly.
I would have had more kids if he was into R&B.
I know. My friend Dawn told me that when I worked at the Franklin family. Said you need to like dress up a little bit, like put some falsetto in your voice and sing these R&B to these girls. She was a whole dyke too. That was my best friend. But she knew how to look at me from whatever angle she'd look at, saying, "Hey, go out there."
She said, "I'm gonna put you on the corner and I'm gonna market you."
She was a pimp for sure.
Where's Ty?
No, she was cool. We used to always smoke on our lunch break. We worked at the ice cream factory.
That's awesome. Did you get to eat ice cream?
All the time, even more than what they wrote in the contract. I used to take gowns home, and because I used to do good work. So after a while, they stopped caring. And the way that I talk, and after a while, gradually building up. Oh, let me get extra scoop. All right, all right. Let me get a scoop and a soda. All right, all right. And then it's becoming more natural.
A gallon. I'm gonna go sell this real quick.
I would eat that. It was expensive. It was like $5.50 a scoop plus tax.
Damn.
And we had to weigh it out so we wouldn't give them more. And if we gave them more, like we had to oh, you gotta get your scoop hand more so you can learn how to get it with just one scoop, because we had to put it on a scale in front of all the customers.
Oh, I forgot. You see, you brought up a memory. My parents, they had restaurants in the Caribbean, and I forgot. We used to get the ice. You said scoop it, like get the whole thing. I remember
scoop.
Had different techniques and shit. Like, oh, that's so cool.
I got newfound wrist strength from those experiences.
Yeah.
I had to start using my left and my right. He was working on 9-hour shifts because the line used to be out the door all the time. It was one of those kind of places.
Wow.
I was like, I really love this ice cream. It was a tourist destination.
It's the original Charger. Fuck.
That's awesome.
I know. It was fun working those jobs back then.
What's that song? I'm in the kitchen putting my to work.
I used to get more entertaining when I used to start microdosing, and I start microdosing acid because I used to still go to work. So I was like, all right, I'm comfortable. And then some people would notice, like people that was real close to me, and they would just play along because I was always high anyway, even off of weed. And sometimes they say, hey, you gotta go to the bathroom, kind of smell. I'm like, oh, my bad, I swore I got this off of me. And I always had to start carrying cologne and like towels to wash my neck off and stuff like that. But it was pretty cool because it just made me more animated about the job while at the same time seeing bigger concepts about what's going on, what position I'm playing, why am I here, how is the boss looking at me, how am I pertaining myself to the customers, like all the angles. And then since I was cool with it, because I was like, yo, I need this, like I felt like I needed it, I made it work. So I was able to have so many different mind experience while at the same time having the actual experience. I see how you elevate from where you was at. Like, oh, I can do this now. Like a little spark in the robot.
Mental mechanics. It's all mental mechanics.
Even when I was down there washing the dishes. I used to like that because I said, all right, now I got more time to zone out during this little dose. I used to time it so it was over right when the shift was over. Not over, but like 3 hours in, then the shift would be over right during the good moments.
That's so cool. How was it when you microdosed? Like, what kind of high was it?
An alertness, an energy. Like everybody around me was drinking coffee and complaining about stuff. Like I would complain about something too if it was like happened, but my reflexes became more on point because I had to catch a lot of things. Like it was a small area, we had to keep on moving around each other in order to scoop and move the cups. We had to make drinks and everything, like pour up different combination of liquor, syrups and everything. So it was a lot of catching and flipping around. So it was improving my awareness of where I was actually at. And by actually, it's not just, oh, I'm just Tai at the cash register, but I'm a part of something huge at the same time. And still being okay with it, though. At least for me.
Yeah, because, it's like you know, they say get in where you fit in. So it's like for a time and a season, that's what it was.
Yeah, and it made everything seem like it was a TV show. Like I seen everybody as a character introducing me to new concepts and scenarios. And I was like, oh, this is the work environment for what it is. But all the inner relationships and everybody trying to be manager, or oh, I don't like when that person try to say this to me, or the manager's looking down. I remember him saying, yeah, just fake it till you make it. Like, just act like you got it till you got it. And I was like, yo, that's for real.
True. Oh man, I remember doing customer service like one of my first times, and for some reason I find myself in charge of things that I don't think I could handle. So I'm in charge. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hire my sister. And she was all bubbly and shit. So people came by and she's just yelling at the top of her voice, like she's a singer, so she's got a big voice. She's like, "Hi, happy holidays." Da, 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 da. I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, I could greet them." And awkward. I didn't know what to do with myself. You know, I'm always in work and stuff, so that's where I'm comfy. But I had to do some what's that?
This was over here. I'm
Public-
sorry, I had the wrong screen up the whole time. There we
Oh
go.
snap!
I just had this huge advertisement for the shirt up there. It's all good.
So much magic in all this, all these screens. Knowing how to do it. One day, I met a hacker. She's gonna teach me.
It's the right kind of person. Not just gonna teach you the system, but how the system actually works.
I need to know how you write it on this piece of paper and it shows up here. I need to know every single step from
It's
the beginning.
the womp factor. Add a little womp and then it come to life. Hey, it's all on how you abbreviate it. That's all.
Wow.
Just talk to it nicely. Talk to it. Even you come up with a new way for it to understand. Like, oh, I never thought of it like that. Like, coding is wild. I really should be into it more, but another me is.
I think
It'll
coding.
pick up as it does.
I think it might be fun. I just get intimidated, you know. I don't know.
It'll be fun. But hey, okay, I gotta tie on out of here. I keep going. Yeah, I gotta go do some work. I'm just seeing what time it is. But this was awesome.
This is work as well.
Yeah, that's what I always say. But just depending on who I'm talking to. But I'll be like, no, I just gotta say it for me. But yeah, struggles. Thanks for vibing on out.
Yes, thank you for inviting us.
Hey, anytime. Peace
Have a
on out.
beautiful day.
Hey, see you, Shiva. I'll catch you in the metaverse.
Peace, bro.
See, Master Creator, you well? Big Chill, Velvet.
Peace, Ty. Peace, Ty.
And
Thank you for
adios.
tying it all down today.
Hey, did the do.